everyone, we are Khanh and Khanh, and we are from Vietnam. We are excited to introduce our products AccessVN and to UNESCO Youth Hackathon 20 for many people with disabilities in Vietnam. This is a daily reality, and through Viet, our community initiative supporting people with disabilities, we have seen that the challenge goes beyond access to information. Information about disability drives government support, healthcare, education, vocational training, and employment is often scattered across different government websites, organizations, social media platforms, and local channels. At the same time, employers and vocational training centers may be willing to help to work with people with disabilities, but often lack clear and accessible guidance on inclusive recruitment, workplace accommodations, disability-related regulations, and available support. So the problem is not simply that opportunities do not exist. The problem is that information does not effectively connect the people who need the opportunities with the people who can provide them. So that is where our idea began. AccessVN is the digital extensions of Viet, turning the community connections we have built online into an accessible digital platform. Our name comes from the Vietnamese expression in meaning, peace, and reassurance. We believe accessing information should not create confusions or dependence. It should give people the confidence to understand their options and take their next step.
Hi, I'm Khanh. Let me show you how to AccessVN works. AccessVN is an AI-powered platform connecting people with disabilities, vocational training center, employer, and community organization to trusted and accessible information. It has 5 key functions. First, trusted information navigator. User can ask a question about the disability rights, government benefits, healthcare, education, scholarships, vocational training, or employment, and provide information based on verified government and trusted organizational source. Second, plain language explain is if a user receives a complicated legal document or administrative produce, they can simply ask, what does it mean and what do I need to do, and explain it in simple Vietnamese and keep the original source available for verification. First, this opportunity navigator user can search for vocational training, scholarships, and inclusive jobs opportunities based on their location, skills, interests, and accessibility needs. Four, this is employer and training support. Employer and training centers can use AMP to understand inclusive recruitment, workplace accommodations, disability-related regulation, and available government support. And finally, community feedback. User can report outdated inaccessible information, while training center and employer can update their program and recruit. Another highlight for our product is the app create a two-way ecosystem. A person with a disability can find information, understand their option, access training, and connect with employment. At the same time, employer and training institution gain clear guidance and better access to potential candidates. And this is where media information with receipt becomes central. MIL is not about identifying fake news. It's also about being able to access, understand, evaluate, and use trustworthy information. AccessVN turns this principle into everyday action, helping people move from information to understanding to opportunity. We start by building on the existing community network and partnership, then pilot and with a disability organization, training center, university, and inclusive employer. Andy built the community connection. I said and give the connection a digital pathway to scale, because accessibility should not to stop at information that should lead opportunity, dignity, and inclusion. This is AccessVN, and thank you for listening and attention.